So what I'd like to do this time round is talk to you about a topic that is often left to one side until it's too late, and that's about succession. Succession is all about what you plan to ultimately do with your business. Now, quite often when we think about succession, we go, that's some time into the future. The reality is that the future creeps up really, really quickly. And of course, sometimes succession might be just around the corner. In other words, you might be nearing the end of your business life, or you might just decide that you want to do something else with it. So what I wanted to do was just quickly cover off a few things that you really need to start thinking about no matter where you are in your business. And I'm brought back to a famous author, Stephen Covey, who wrote a great book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the first habit is start with the end in mind. Unfortunately, very few of us actually do that. So regardless of where you are in your business journey, I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you to start your succession plan regardless of when you ultimately decide to stop working. Now, the first thing we need to focus on is, what is your objective? What would you like to do? Do you want to build something of value? Are you building something of value for the long term? Would you like to ease into retirement, or just simply be able to live the lifestyle that you ultimately desire? It's really important to get absolutely crystal clear on what those objectives are so that you have a compelling picture of what to work towards. Now, of course, there are lots of options when it comes to freeing yourself up of this business that you've worked so hard to create. You might want to sell it for a profit. You might want to pass it on to a family member, for example, or to the next generation. Or you may decide that you want to actually groom someone from internal so that you could then pass this business on and keep your legacy going in the community that you would no doubt be known for. Some of the risks. What are the risks associated with your particular business? Is there a risk that if you pass it on to somebody else that you might lose some clients? Is the quality of work a risk in terms of passing it on to somebody else and then suddenly that quality slipping? Are there some industry changes perhaps, or some trends that may influence what you may ultimately be able to get for this particular business if you were to suddenly put it on the market? And also, what happens afterwards? What would you do if you weren't running your business? Would you be simply laying back and enjoying a wonderful lifestyle? Or do you have some other goal that you would like to then pursue? I think it's really, really important to keep this in mind right up front. Now, of course, most of us go into business to create something of value that could ultimately fund our future. So do you know what the value of your particular business asset is right now? If not, it's something that you really do need to start thinking about. But then also have a think about, does the value of my business equate to sufficient finances for the rest of my life, or for the rest of the goals that I might have for myself? It's important to then think about, well, what improvements do I need to make? How reliant is the business on me? Are there things I can do to systemize the business so that I can remove myself from the day-to-day and start moving client relationships towards the asset or the brand of the business rather than onto the individual themselves? There are so many other implications as well. What about the tax implications of selling your business for a profit? Do you actually know what they are? And I think that is the key. There are plenty of people to help you right here in the firm. So feel free to reach out if succession is something that you need to focus on. And remember, succession is not a simple fix. It's a planning process. It's a process that takes time, and we can help you with that.